How we doing today? Well, this is just a little bit different video than I'm used to making. I usually do videos about camera equipment and things like that, but today I'm talking about something just a little more personal. I recently was on a trip to Alaska to see some family, and while I was tracking up through the mountains in Sitch, I started to feel like chest pains, you know what I mean? In my chest, some serious pain going on there. So, like a fool, I decided to wait to come back home to get it checked and see what it actually was. And turns out I was having a heart event. So I made an appointment with a cardiologist and went in and got checked. And they put me in for a catheterization of your heart. Anyway, they go inside and they for your groin area, and they check your heart valves and your arteries to be sure there's no clogs and everything is working just fine. So anyway, I ended up having a 95% blockage in my upper left artery. So they had to do what's known as a stenting. They put in a little thing called a stent, and it goes in and it fills up that area and kind of opens the valve up, breaks the plaque loose so that you have it building up in your heart. And I'm obviously not a small person. I've been pretty heavy my whole life as far as weight goes. You know, my blood work's always been really, really good, and my blood pressure's always been really good. Recently, it's jumped up. It jumped up high. You just never know if you've got a clog going on in your heart. It's something you probably want to get checked, and they can do a thing called a heart scan, and they can go into it's like a CT scan, and they'll look for calcium in your heart valves, kind of like an early warning system for if you're having a blockage in your arteries. It was only a one-day thing. I went in the morning. They put me under, gave me a bunch of Valium and Benadryl, and drilled a hole in my groin area. And ran the catheter up through there, found it, fixed it, and then I spent the night in the hospital for monitoring. So kind of an eye-opening experience for you if you haven't ever had something like that happen to you. It's different, you know. I don't feel like I ever really ate horribly by any means. I feel like because you had a pretty good diet, so it changed some things around, lower sodium. You know, it depends on who you listen to about what you should be eating and what is a heart healthy diet. So it's real confusing for people. I can feel you if you've ever had a heart event and they tell you to eat this heart healthy diet. You know, it's full of stuff like, low fat yogurt, low fat cottage cheese, whole wheat breads, all these different things. And if you've done any studying at all, grains generally aren't that great for you anyways. They turn right to sugar, which turns right to fat, and there you go. So I guess the debate's out on what you should be eating. Do your research. I never take the doctor at face value, and maybe I'm a fool for that, and that's okay. You have a problem with your system, you got to doctor yourself. You got to really do the research and see the different options you have out there. Unless you want to be on medication the rest of your life, which you probably don't want to do that. It's not the healthiest thing for you. Those medications, a lot of time the cure is worse than the actual sickness when it comes to medications and prescription drugs. So I'm doing everything I pretty much can to not be on those medications. They get me on Plavix for the heart to keep the valve open, which is a necessity, something you have to do. They wanted to put me on Lipitor for cholesterol. My cholesterol is 190. Which is, not over the limits. It's at the higher end. My blood pressure is high. Since I've had the stent put in, my blood pressure dropped. And so I'm weaning myself off of the blood pressure medication and using more like CoQ10 and things like that. But again, I'm not a doctor. Things I do are, it's on me. Something goes wrong, it's on me. So you're probably going to want to do a little investigation. Don't take anything at face value. Obviously you got to trust your doctor, but do your research. find out what's going on. But anywho, I'm feeling much better. I don't have the chest pain anymore. I mean, it was a crushing pain too. I felt like, there was like an elephant sitting on my chest, and I couldn't do anything, anything. Well, 95% blockage, I was like 2 steps away from death anyways if that thing clogged up. But, so, I'm on the mend right now, trying to reduce my stress, and, just get healthier, lose some weight, which obviously I have to do. But yeah, I just want to share that because I think a lot of people go through this, and you feel like you're on an island when this kind of thing happens. You feel like you're all alone. There's a ton of people out there who go through it on a daily basis, and just have to make the necessary adjustments to change your life a little bit. You don't want to have that happen again, but definitely check into the thing called the heart scan. It checks the calcium in your heart. That's something you should do. It's not a very expensive test. Most doctors will not prescribe it. There's no money in it. There's obviously no money in early warning. I know you're probably looking, conspiracy theory, but trust me, there's no money in early warning. But you can at least do things to change it if you'd known ahead of time. And that's exactly how I feel. If I had known ahead of time, I probably could have done some things to change things. But so yeah, just a real quick video talking about that. That's where I am at in my personal life. I usually don't chat too much about my personal life. It's mostly about videos and editing and products and cooking and things like that. So somebody is going through this, and you got any questions, leave a comment below. I'll answer what I can. It's a different experience. I mean, the catheterization definitely saved my life because had the plaque broken loose and clogged that artery, too long without blood flow to one side of your heart, and that's it. It's over, Johnny. So I'm definitely very appreciative that they did that for me. Now I have a foreign piece of material in my body, but that's on me. That's my fault. And it doesn't build up overnight either. So it's something that's been going on since I was a kid. Who knows? Did I always eat properly? Did I always treat my body very well? No, definitely not. So, anywho, again, if you have any questions, leave them below. And y'all have a great day.